Welcome back to Alchemy Factory. My name is Nilaus and we're continuing on this glorious series. I'm really having a ton of fun with this and I hope you are as well. Let's see where we are today. Well, I have waited a little bit, got some vitality potions, and we're going to be handing those in so that we can get to the next tier. Main quest completed. We are now getting 2 more points and we're getting rotten logs and coal ore. Super amazing things. You would not believe that people could get so excited about rotten logs, but they are insane. So what are we going to do today? Well, we are going to take a look at the tech tree and then just kind of make a plan for this. So now we have unlocked all of this, and there are some super exciting things. This, of course, is the most exciting one, the advanced fertilizer. It's 5 times as much value in each. So basically you take a normal basic fertilizer and then you add some mushrooms and then it becomes 5 times as effective. Yes, please. That's going to change everything. Another thing that's also really nice is coke, and because coke can then get us also to, there's also another recipe here that gets us to coke powder, I think. Maybe there's a coke powder recipe as well, and that will mean that we can actually have a central fuel line, which we can't really do with charcoal powder because it just has not enough fuel value. That's the most important thing, but it requires mushrooms. So how do we get mushrooms? Well, mushrooms, we get that from rotten logs. The rotten logs, we actually needs something that uses a ton of wood, and it just so happens that this Jupiter thing, it needs wood, it needs wooden gears, and it needs some wooden pulleys. So this is very wood intensive, and this will be our way to grind the wood into turning it into rotten wood. And also on top of it, make a Jupiter thing that is 30 silver worth, which is insane for where we are right now. Later on, that's also super nice, is going down here, getting these cannons. That means we can turn our shop really nice. So that's basically, there's just so many good things here. So we're going to be focusing on this. But the first thing I want to do is I want to simply buy out the rest of this little city block here, or this block. There we go. Then I'm going to pave it. I'm going to get my lines all the way around. And then we can start working on the first design. We have our new location set up and we have money flowing around. But we don't want 50 coins here, 50 copper coins. We want to have silver running around. So we're going to be restructuring this awful thing. First, we're just going to get a few of these. Can we actually drag them? No, we cannot. Actually, they should be put in line. There we go. Basically, what I want to do is I want to remove this. Oops, yeah, I thought so. That's it's pretty intense how much money we have here, and we just needed to convert it into silver because, well, it just makes more sense to have it as silver. There we go. And end of day. Well, we're starting to make money from the vitality potion, not as much because we've been using most of them for the quests, but nice quests here. We really want to do quests because they are really our money maker, but even then, we're still making money off just the trades. So having cleaned this up now, we're going to be working on a bank portal. So this is something that some people have been telling me, hey, did you know that? Yes, I did know that, but I want to get this done first. 1, 2, and 3. That's not great location. I think I can take this out as well. Let's see where we can get those bank locations. If I take one here and here. Oh, that's great. That is much better. And then you here, here, and let's get the last one here just because. So this is whatever comes in, gets converted. The way we set them up is we set them up to send out silver coins. So whatever we get in, we're going to send silver coins in. We can send us to stacks of 50 or 1. And I just set it up as stacks of 1. So basically what means that whatever comes in gets converted to silver. Whether if it's a stack of silver, then it gets broken down into smaller parts. If it's a if anything else, then what I need to do then is actually get this part here all the way over, and this goes in here. So now we are going to be converting all of our stored coins here. We're going to be converting those directly in here, and that will feed. But there might also be something Like this one. Now, the problem with this is that it's actually really slow. And we're just not going to get very many silver coins out here because this is converting quite slowly. This one also not converting at all because it is going in here. But it should be possible. We definitely want to make sure that we have a little bit of storage up here. That one and that one. So this can also be stored. Oh, look at this. This is already filling up from all the sales. And this is going in. And I will also get the other line in, which is coming here. So for the next very long time, we're just going to be working on emptying these boxes. And once that's done, then it will be in a more steady state. But I could do a little bit more. No, I couldn't. I couldn't do that. I could actually, if I wanted to, then I could take, yeah, and then I could just feed in some there. If I feed in half of my silver, and some of this here, then the silver will gradually move, and then this 50 silver coin will, when it goes in here, actually be split up into 51 coin stacks, which is actually means that we can get some density on here. Oh, there. Interesting why it's not working. How did you stop working? Maybe you never worked? Yeah. This one. Maybe I've been moving things around. Target set. Let's see. Set. Yes. Okay, silver coins are coming in. I'm going to grab that one because I don't want it. Good. This is going to be the first little thing we've made a change today. Let's get started on working on the wood production, or actually the relic production. So let's start with the shaper. The shaper is here, and it's a weird build because it works in a different way than usual. It goes in here, and then it takes 0.1 per minute, which means that it takes 10 minutes to build, and it needs 120 wood. That's 4 of the sawmills. This is 180, and each of those come from 1, so that's 60 wooden, 60, so that's 2 more wooden mills. And this one is 2 for 1 pulley, so it's 60 pulleys, that's 120 wood. That is another 4. So 4 plus 2 plus 4, that means 10 wooden pulley systems. So that's something we're gonna get over here. We can see that the silver is starting to float around. Not impressive, but hey, it's getting there. Let's start with, where do we have it? We have this one, and that's gonna be here. I am going to, yeah, we also need like a lot of these portals, and we are going to be designing it for normal wood, but then I'm going to be be able to have normal wood or switch it over to rotten logs. In order for us to switch it over to rotten logs, we have to research, which I have done, the filter splitter. We might as well take some of the other builds here as well, the ones that don't trigger anything that we can sell. So for example, if I do this, then they start requesting turquoise. So I don't want to research this. The same with yeast powder. So we're going to be taking stuff that we can't sell. Steel ingots can't be sold, but so don't want to do that. But there's some nice things down here. Right, this one will then go into a splitter here, which will be like this, and then it's filter splitting. Now I can't remember what it is, which one is up and which one is down. I would imagine that it says, yeah, let's try it with the fungus there. So it's fungus, then I'm hoping the fungus goes up. That's the intention. And then I need like this. And this will basically be the design we need. So we get this filter, and then we can go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're probably going to move it a lot of times, but that means we need all these 10. So now the next thing we want to design, this one is easy because it's just straight in there. That's 4 of them dedicated to that. That should actually, and that should be 4 of them dedicated on 2 belts. So that would be something like this. And actually, I think they need to go a little bit further out because there. So that is the first one. And we're getting the research completed. The next one is going to be the small wooden gears. So small wooden gears comes from here and here. This will be small wooden gears. Boop. And oh, and that's going to be put in a come from a grinder. I can't remember how fast this is. So we just do this. That's 10 per minute. And that means each one of these can feed into 2. Okay, so that means I would want to have something like this. And then that would be how to get it in. And then you can go out and then on the other side. There. So this is now a unit. And this unit is taking 10 in and 30 out. So we need 6 of these units. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this will be, there'll be 1 belt going into, oops, going into these 3. There'll be another belt going into these 3. Good. So that's, these are the first, and then this 2 will be the next 2. Also good. Let's take this, and nope. These menus are a little bit confusing to work around. Okay, I'm gonna build it like this, for example. That one, and that one. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. These need to go somewhere over here. And what do they need to do? They need to make pulleys, right? And they're made in, oops. A pulley set here, there, there, and there. And yeah. I'm thinking actually I can get this a little bit closer and I can move this a little bit over, so this will be in the middle. The whole thing will have to be moved several times anyway, so let's not worry about that. I will get from here, this will be the other one inbound. The rope is going to be the worst part. Then here, rope, and rope. And then I'm going to be getting some catchers here. Nope. We'll just use, this one has to go here. So there's a little bit of a mismatch, which I'm sure we'll figure out somehow. Good. And that means we now have all the things. This is going to be only 1 belt because it comes out as 15 times 4. That's 60. So 1 belt in, and I want to have some. It would be nice to have this sort of coming in on one side. Yeah. These are the small shuffles I can do afterwards. And then the normal. We're already out of wood. Okay. So let me reshuffle this a little bit, and then we need to start working on our farm area here for this. So this is my new design, and I'm really happy about it. I think this looks really nice. All I need to do is get rope coming in here. Then all of these are sort of looped into this location, and then I have the wood coming in here. There's one thing missing, and that is this one. I was thinking there's something wrong. There we go. Oops. Definitely not like this. There we go. So that goes into the pulleys. Pulleys full into 1. The wood goes into 2, or the planks, and these the gears go into 3 of those, and they come in from here. Then that's a little bit of space down here, and I'm gonna need that for storage, for all of the storage of this. But now I need more space. So it would be tempting to just build some nurseries and just use this, but there is no way that I can do it. This can come in at 60 per minute. 60 per minute is 12, and I'm already using this for 10 of them. So yeah, it's, hold on. No, I'm kind of just I'm also using it for all of this. Yeah, okay, so this is not going to be the way to do it. I unfortunately have to make a separate build of my fertilizer just for this. It kind of sucks, but we'll get that. So this will be our branch, and we'll hook it up to the branch. And we need to build 4 of these. Luckily, someone has already made the cool blueprint. The ones that are marked purple are the ones that I have uploaded to the Google Drive for patron supporters. And then you can see I'm working on other things as well for future episodes. So stay tuned, of course. There'll be way more. So this thing. Okay, we still need a lot of things. Let's, we need those portal keys. So we need 8 of those portal keys. Let's run on over. 8 portal keys. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, this is a very expensive build. I'm down to 11 silver. Oof. And coal ore and rotten logs are also expensive. So we really need to sell stuff. But also, just this is ridiculously slow. So we have a lot of things just accumulating in here that just needs to be converted. It's just taking some time. Plus, the silver on the belt is a lot of money. Right, so let's stamp down our design. That is down here. Basic fertilizer. Let's go. Like so. And that will be... I don't want to make it all the way in, do I? No. I'll make it like this. 1. Insufficient materials. Now it's stone that's missing. There's always going to be something. And let's get the stone. Here, and let's also get some more wood, because I have a feeling that we might need that as well. One more, and one more. Oof, that gets close to everything else. There we go. So these are now ready to consume more money that we really don't have, and this thing here is not going to be sending... Yeah, so we need to hook these up, but I'm not going to be sending it out on this build. Actually, I could. And then just use that. All right, well, the idea is we're going to be making some nurseries. Let's focus on that instead, and then I can sort of do the calculations later on about how I want to balance it out. Good. So we're going to get the nurseries in here. That would be... Let's see. This is 1, 2, 3. So it is actually exactly as wide as this build here. And each of these are going to be flax, obviously. There. So these 3 are coming out at 30 per minute. I can't remember. We can go over here and see. Yes, 30 per minute. And then that needs to be converted into... We'll do this here. That now gets 30 per minute of the flax fiber. And then that flax fiber... Let's get... this one. Yeah. That one and that one. So this is... Oh, this is not good. This is 30 plus 30. That's a full belt. So this is going to be a full belt. And then I can build it into... here. That one. This will be making linen thread 60 in, 20 out. Another one, which will be making the rope 20 to 10. So that means this is going to be it. Good. All right, that is repeatable on a 2 cycle. That's good, which is exactly what I want. The build is now ready and done, so we just need to hook it up. I have decided to remove 2 of these because I'm thinking that there's probably still going to be a large stockpile over here. So let's try to burn through that stockpile if we can. So these will add to that belt, but the first thing we want to do is start consuming, and that's going to be here. So you're going to consume, and there. That's going to consume. Money, not great. We can also see our main quest both require Jupiters, so we really want some Jupiters. Oh, I forgot. I need 10 more of of these portal stones. So I have 4, so I need 6 more. Do I even have money for this? I am not sure. I'm hoping that I get some money soon. Oh, there's 100. Thank you. We'll get those back in. And okay, now I'm not so desperate anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And then the thing is, we could also just buy some logs. I think we want to buy a few logs just to sort of see what happens, right? That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll just feed 1 log into each of them, and that's going to take 10 inventory slots. Great. And I also have this one, which is full of just rare logs from later on, or early on. This is slowly getting in here, and is it working? Yes, it's going in here and filling up. Then it is just all of these. I will be doing... Okay, so we put rotten logs in here. Oh no, this is gonna be bad if this filter is not set correctly. Oh, we also need some iron for there's some more. So this is iron over here. That one. Also more boxes. Oh, I love the fact that we are big and this is a small factory, so we can easily just run back and forth. So it's not. Ah, it works. Oh wow, that's so lucky. So lucky that it works. Okay, I'm gonna be taking this like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you're gonna go... Get it 1 closer. Great. And this will be now here, like that. And like this. So this will just store this. We'll consider it later on what we're gonna do about it. We might even do this. So now we have this stored. However, we're not gonna get the full mark here. We're not going to get as much as we want, but that's kind of okay. We'll just throw some of the spare extra ones on top. And then I want to see why it's not working. Oh, that's funny. And by funny, I mean terrifying. Let's do this and this. Good. This is working. Oh, look at that. We're actually getting something in here. And these are just happily chucking along. This is not chucking too much. Why are you not chuck? Because it's not getting any rope in here. It should. Yeah, okay. So the rope is just not getting there because I'm simply not getting enough down this line. That should work because I should be able to take 1 full belt. Should be able to get that. This is not working still. So the reason why it's not working is because I have not hooked it up to the money. There, that should get money inbound. Not a lot. Let's see. There, 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 and there. Right? So we just feed in so that at least one of them get going for each. And we have put some fuel in here, so that should be working. Well, it is working. And we got rid of the rest of the fuel. Perfect. Then I guess we want to put these, and we want to just... Right now, we are not needing the rotten logs. So we don't need to build rotten logs. We can build them normal, so we can accumulate some of these before going into the next build. That means we gotta get this one. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In this case, it might actually be cheaper to get one of these in and then have a belt of logs, because logs are so cheap. But when we get to the other logs, then it's definitely not worth it. Right, so now all we can do is basically just sit here and wait until we get this one completed. We might even get a way to get it back. There is a new kind of stand in the shop. This one. We can place that here. And that will be where we built this. I'm going to be finding a way to convert this a little bit quicker here. While this is working, we might as well get started on the next part, which is the fertilizer, the stuff that we really want. And let's just have a look at sort of how modular it can be built, how it can be built. This is advanced fertilizer. So this is pretty simple. This is basic fertilizer, 15 in, 15 out. So it's equal ratio. If I do something like this and change that to the normal fertilizer, good. So that means this is also 15. So there's an even ratio, and then I can just do that goes in here. Yes, and then the only other thing would be that, and I would get here. And this belt would be coming with the mushrooms, and then that would be fine. So basically now I just need to go back and think, okay, we're just going to do a fertilizer build. But if we look at the normal fertilizer build, I have one of these crushers and one of these. And if I could get some better fertilizer in, then this would not be working at 20. It would work at 60. And then it's not one of these crucibles I need to convert, but it's 3 of those, which means one of these can now support 3 stone crushers if we feed this advanced fertilizer instead. And then I would need to have 1 furnace or for the ash or the plant ash, and then 3 more for this. That's kind of a lot. So this is like kind of saying, we would really like to get like a fuel in on this belt, so we can just go request the fuel. And I'm actually going to do that, even though I don't have the fuel yet. But I'm going to request the fuel and pretend, because then the next thing we do is make the fuel build, which is a simple build. So that's the intention. That means each of these builds will now need 15 plant ash. 15 plant ash. Okay, so we'll actually be a little bit over on the plant ash, but that's fine. And a quicklime powder. This could actually be... I'm kind of not liking this then, because this is only 15. But if I'm... by my calculations here, that one, this is going to be 20. And I need the quicklime. Let's go over here and check. This is the quicklime. Yeah, this is coming out also the 20, and then 3 of these will be 20 as well. So it's going to be the same build, but then this goes in. I get 20 in and I only need 15. So this is why I have 1 going to 2, but now I actually need to have it go into 1 more. So I need 4 of these in order to actually consume all of it. Okay, so I need them to be a little bit detached. Okay, so we need 3 of these. And I need one of this. And I then usually would have one of these for fuel, but that's not going to happen. We're just simply going to take fuel from the 3rd layer here. All right, and then we are going to get... I feel that this is something that I've done before, so maybe we don't need to go so much into detail with it this time as well. I think that we're about done with this build here, and let's just try to articulate what it is. Oh, I need to get a single one of these. There. Needs to go in. And we still, of course, have an issue with the fact that we don't have any fuel for it, but I'll just gracefully ignore that problem and figure it out later. This will then be... This will go out, and then that will be going up on... there, this belt. But I can then also just leach it out here so that it feeds in. This one will just start by getting some normal fertilizer. The other ones can also be fed. The only thing that needs in here is I need fuel in on this line, which is going to come from... I'm trying to prepare a little bit for the future with this build here. That seems a little silly. Couldn't I just do this so it doesn't go down as many levels? T. Yeah. There. Good. And I would then need to get some of this here. Would need to go in on this belt. Yeah. Well, actually, the point is I can take this thing here. I can make it much closer. This can go in the corner, because why not? Don't want to be wasting space. This is actually just fits exactly inside a block. Nice. That is where it's going to be then. That's block, and that goes out here and goes into a location. And I want a lot of storage for this, which will then replace everything else. Yeah, kind of. And I'm just going to take it out here because we... Really? Oh, right. It's because it doesn't go into that one. And then we actually just need... like this. That would give us the mushrooms in. Okay, so the mushrooms come in. We get the fertilizer. Okay, so there's a lot of things that have to be done here. We also have at least one of these and almost another one. Very close. So I can actually do one of these quests. These quests, including the Jupiters. Remember, the Jupiters would sell for 30. So okay, well, it's a little bit of stone, so we get... okay, that was not great, but it's a little thing. And the random quest here would be more soap. Okay, but we can also do that. Let's complete our quest and get some more money. This is 45. Yes, okay, so it's really nice. This is a really good money maker, this one. And we're just putting it into the box when it's done. Over here, this will not be like so right now, so we'll just get that out. What I will do instead is I am going to just make a simple coal factory here. No, that's not how it works. That one. And then I'm simply going to say, for now, this is it, but I really want to get a proper coal build, a coke powder build, which is better. And then I need to set up my portals. Yeah, that's gonna be stone. Not too expensive here and here. The last one though is gonna be expensive. That will be set up to coal, which is very expensive. But it's gonna have to happen like this now. You can just get that in here. And we'll just burn the coal right now because we'll deal with this. It gets a lot more expensive, but when I need to switch this over to get more mushrooms, currently, yeah, we're running out of mushrooms, so we do need to switch it over, which means that you can go in here and then switch it over to rotten logs, this one, to rotten logs, because it'll maintain the stuff that is already in, so it's not going to lose anything. It'll burn through this, and then it'll switch over to the rotten logs, which is what we want. And then we'll really not make any money. And basically the way we make money from now on is mainly through this one, because that will give us 30 per 10 minutes, and it will be running all the time. This will be slightly less because some of the rotten wood is mushrooms. There. And yeah, I guess we're pretty excited about these rotten logs for some reason. Like, ooh, what an upgrade. They are rotten now. Perfect upgrade. But this goes in and feeds this for now. Later on, we can get much fewer of this by using the advanced fertilizer. But we just need some fertilizer. Then we can also remove all this. But let's see if we do have the advanced fertilizer now, don't we? Oh yes, we do have it. Great. So now it's actually just getting the advanced fertilizer out, and then we can actually already replace stuff we built not long ago. But that's something we just do between sessions to replace it. But I needed to get this going because I couldn't sort of leapfrog it. So I had to build it. Luckily, it's just modules. So we just build that and move on. Good. Right. Let's take stock of the situation. What do we still have missing? We have some turquoise, which is pretty easy. We have the yeast into the gloom spores, into the transformation potion for the next. And then we have some steel. And the cannons are way better than I thought. They are much faster and they have much longer range, much more flexible. So you can actually reconfigure your shop when you get this, which is amazing. Steel gears, also a really nice money maker, but steel is a little bit annoying to get. But it's one of the challenges, upcoming challenges. So here we have it. We got the relics, we got the rotten wood, we got the advanced fertilizer. Not a lot of it, but it is coming in, I think. Why is this one? This one is still working on the bad fertilizer. So if we do this, Let's see what happens once this fertilizer goes out. Then it goes from 20 to 60. Yes, please. There we go. Now the 60 comes up here, and that means we can get more, because it was actually starving. Yeah. And since it's starving from the normal basic fertilizer, it wasn't getting enough. And the reason why it was starving was because there wasn't enough of the sage. But now there is 60, which is exactly what we want. Cool. Thank you very much for watching. I will be sharing the blueprints. I'm not going to share this part because I think that this gets replaced soon. But I will share this big relic part and the of course the advanced fertilizer build. Those are shared for patron supporters, so if you are patron supporters, you get access to these glorious blueprints, and well, if you're not, then you can see how we build it on during the episode. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode. Until then, take care and stay effective.